welcome from Miami.
It's good to be here.
It's great to be here. Welcome from Miami. Welcome
Yeah.
welcome to a very, very special episode of Verse Talks, live from Miami. We are here for our Basel.
On the ground.
On the ground. We are inside the convention center, just outside Art Basel. We're going to head in a little bit and have a wander around, chat to some of the exhibitors, see if we can meet some of the artists. And we're going to be doing that with Matt Medved from Now Media. Matt, thank you so much.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining. This is our second try at this after we got disconnected first time round.
We had a good dry run. We got a little dress rehearsal, you know?
We had a good dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
And we are very excited to be joined by a professional who knows how
to do this.
How to do podcasts.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to just get an overview of how you got here, how Now Media came into being, what brought you to Art Basel?
Yeah. So I come from the intersection of media and culture. So I founded Billboard Dance in 2015, which is Billboard's dance music brand.
And Billboard is?
Billboard Magazine, Billboard Charts, one of the largest music publications. I always say like my 20s was kind of like the EDM version of Almost Famous. I was DJing everywhere, friends with all the DJs. But one of the things that, I think was kind of foreshadowing there was at the time that I started Billboard Dance, Billboard was run by old rock music heads who didn't respect dance music at all. And, so I know a thing or two about helping lead a change movement and disrupting legacy institutions. So that was amazing. And then I took over Billboard's cross-department content strategy. I helped them launch.
I'm sorry, when was Billboard Dance?
Billboard Dance was 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, 2015. And, Billboard Dance, we scaled that, made it the leader in the space. I was helping them launch other verticals like Billboard Hip Hop. I helped them optimize Billboard Latin, Billboard Charts, and then Billboard acquired Spin Magazine, which was always my favorite magazine growing up. And Media, it's a very, very iconic music and culture magazine. They were like kind of the hip, edgier, cooler alternative to Rolling Stone, especially in like the 80s, 90s, especially in the 90s with grunge. They were very early to Kurt Cobain and Nirvana and Soundgarden and all those bands. And so I came up on it, like Spin got me into punk rock. And so I took that over in 2018, rebranded it, brought it back to like the OG logo. It launched with an 85, put Ty Dolla $ign, Charlie XCX, Billie Eilish on the cover.
So what does it mean to be on the cover of a digital magazine?
So, it was funny, as I may have mentioned, at the time, Spin was kind of going in the wrong direction. It was losing audience, and it had made the jump from print to digital, I think, a little awkwardly, and it just hadn't been properly resourced, and so I redid the design on the digital cover stories to make them feel and look and have like the elevated element that like print covers. So much actually that when we did the Billie Eilish cover, and she has a huge fan base, we had so many Billie Eilish fans asking like, where can we buy this? Where can we buy this? And I was like, well, you can't, because it's fully digital and it's 2018 and I don't know what an NFT is yet. And so, I think that, the idea of collectible content, I think, is something we can all understand. Mm-hmm. And so, exited with the sale of that in 2020, right before COVID.
Awesome.
And it was good timing. And then I was running content.
Did you were you part of how that deal came around? Were you approached? How did it work?
No, it's just I was the editor-in-chief, and so that deal happened at a higher level. Okay. There wasn't a CEO of Spin because Spin was acquired by Billboard, so it was Billboard's then president who orchestrated the deal. But she and I worked very closely together, and so she kept me in the loop throughout it. And I think I told you before, it was actually a little bittersweet, just because it was a great outcome for me, like for my career, taking over a legacy brand like that. I think I was the youngest editor-in-chief in Spin's history, and turning it around, exiting with the sale in less than 2 years, like great outcome. But I genuinely love Spin, so I wouldn't have mind running it for like a few more years, But sometimes your career pushes you forward into things that only make sense later.
And sorry, you mentioned earlier that the media landscape and what it means to run a media business is changing the entire time. I feel like, that certainly resonates. with us in this industry, running an NFT platform. Did you feel that the kind of like land was shifting from beneath you more slowly than it is today, or?
It's always shifting.
Okay.
Like I always say, technology has always driven media forward. It's always driven storytelling forward, from like the Gutenberg printing press to like, the advent of the internet.
So you've had a kind of like underlying feeling of anxiety for the past close to a decade.
Well, I always say that, media, the one constant about media especially is change.
Right.
And so, you went from web to mobile to now AI disrupting everything. I mentioned previously that when I first joined Billboard, everyone was relying on Facebook traffic. I built more sustainably with SEO, with search, and that proved to be effective once Facebook changed their algorithms. But even now, search is decimated. Search traffic has been decimated by AI and AI summaries. So, the only constant is change. But, that's what makes it exciting.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Yeah.
And then now?
Yeah. So then I was running content at Modern Luxury, the lifestyle publisher. They have like Ocean Drive magazine, Hamptons magazine, etc. What was cool about that, it was a way for me to get beyond just music into art, into fashion, into culture more broadly. And then at the end of 2020, my friend Justin Blau, you may know him, DJ, pioneer for music NFTs. He pulled me down the NFT rabbit hole. And, I've dabbled in crypto since 2013. I bought my first Bitcoin at the very top of that market. I was the top signal. It crashed a couple of weeks later, but I always believed in it. And then 2016 to 18, when I was at Billboard, I was the only person at Billboard who owned crypto or really understood it. And I was writing about music and blockchain. But I never wanted to jump in full time because I'm a culture guy. I'm not a finance guy. So it took NFTs bringing culture and crypto together for me to say, okay, I want to make this leap. And I remember the light bulbs that went off in my head. It was like, I was like, this is the technology I believed in for a very long time, finally disrupting the fields I'm actually passionate about in a way that can empower creators. And I was like, that's it. So started the NFT Now accounts in January 2021 on X, then Twitter and Instagram. And I was doing a lot of I was in the clubhouse rooms, was like very active during that period.
Was it just you at that point, Matt?
At that point, it was, yeah. At that point, it was the very earliest stage, and then they started growing and recognized that there was a real opportunity to be this independent, kind of credible media brand, which I think the space lacked. When in 2013, when I first discovered Bitcoin, there was the Bitcoin white paper that I could send everybody that I was trying to, sending it to all my friends, right? There wasn't a similarly authoritative document or manifesto for NFTs. There were a lot of fragmented kind of marketplace blogs that were a little more geared towards buying on our platform than what their space is. And there were also a lot of talking heads on Twitter that, a lot of them were shilling their own bags. And I was like, where is the independent, credible media? Where's the Billboard? Where's the Complex? Where's that of this space? And so that's what we set out to build. And,
Was that quite tough though? Because did you know how you wanted to concentrate on it? Was it art? Was it PFP? Because it's the NFT space is a bit harder than just running an art newspaper, right?
For sure. Well, that was the interesting challenge, but also the exciting thing about it. It was so new, and it was constantly evolving. And I always say a lot has changed since we launched NFT Now Media, but the mission hasn't. From day one, it's been empower the creators of culture and bring this movement from niche to mainstream. And so that's another thing that was always really important for us. There are a lot of publications out there that are really content to preach to the crypto native choir, and that's fine. That's great. We always wanted to bring in the masses. We always wanted to be the onboard ramp to the mainstream market.
And so your target consumer was anyone who's generally interested in collecting digital things.
Yeah. So digital art, NFT, digital
PFP.
Collectibles, PFPs. We were there for all of it.
Right.
I will say that personally, I have more love for the digital art side of things, and I think that that's a more sustainable ecosystem. But I also think
I feel you've kind of however 3 years ago I felt Now Media was a NFT company. I see you more. You feel like an art person.
I appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. And I also think that the space has evolved in that time too, right?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, and so that's one of the things I will also say. We launched the Gateway, which is our flagship events brand. We did 3 gateways during Art Basel Miami with Christie's, and we did one in Korea during Free Seoul. And the Gateway is immersive digital art exhibition experience, also has speaker programming. That was all about being a literal gateway between the traditional art world and the digital art world. And for us, it really has been about elevating digital art and helping people understand that there's much more to the space than like monkey PFPs.
Can I ask a forward question?
Always.
How were those sponsored? Did you have sponsors for those events?
Yeah.
Because they were amazing. They were like in very high-end venues.
Thank you.
Excellent speakers. I mean, everybody was looked after. So who was then your main support system?
That's a great question. It evolved over the years. For the first two gateways, MoonPay was a big sponsor for us. Okay. And they were great support. We had LG I think LG sponsored 3 out of the 4 gateways. Yeah. We've had everyone from Instagram to Porsche to Mercedes. Christie's for all 4.
And were you single-handedly bringing in those sponsors?
No. We have a team. We have a team. My co-founder and our creative director and CTO, and so it was a team effort for sure. And I think also what bears mentioning is that every single gateway was free to the public.
Exactly.
We never charged tickets. It was a purely sponsorship revenue model, and we didn't take a commission from artists either. The artists that sold there. So some people said maybe we should have, and all that, but we wanted to make it as accessible as possible, and we wanted to also make it as empowering as possible for artists. Yeah.
And is this something you want to continue doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think just figuring out like what the right formats are,
Yeah.
And any sense? So now Media today.
Let me tell you more about how we got from NFT Now to Now Media. Cool. So, earlier this year, we announced Now Media at Gateway Korea in 2023 as the parent company for NFT Now, because we recognized that even then, that the movement of digital culture is bigger than any medium. And earlier this year, we made the full public-facing shift, rebrand to Now Media. And so, with Now Media, to me, it's not really like a pivot or it's more of an expansion. The way I see it is like we've been covering digital culture across art, across collectibles, et cetera. Now we're also covering digital culture across crypto, across AI, across policy, and we're covering digital culture in all of its many forms. So one of the things that we felt was that there was so much happening in digital culture that doesn't necessarily qualify as an NFT, right? Mm-hmm. To me, what's happening in prediction markets right now is digital culture. What happened with meme coins and interesting like tokens? There's a lot of digital culture there that wasn't technically a non-fungible token. Mm-hmm. What's happening at the intersection of AI and creativity. What we're seeing with the unprecedented adoption and regulation, of digital assets in this country. This is all part of digital culture, and I felt that it was important that we broaden the scope and broaden the brand so that we could cover all those things authoritatively and not be pigeonholed. The other thing I think is worth mentioning.
You surely need a ton of people How big does your team need to be before you can really go deep on many
I mean, look, I think it's about finding well-placed, people who, because I'm not the policy expert necessarily, right? But we work with people who are, right? I'm not we can only be across so many things. Mm-hmm. But I think that we've always been a lean team. We've always punched above our weight class. And, one of the things I think is important to understand too is that, the way that we differentiate ourselves from, there are a lot of crypto media outlets that are much bigger than ours that have been around a lot longer. But most of them cover it from the financial side, the markets. It's all about the markets and the finance side and the news and all of that. We cover the human side of it. We cover the cultural side of it. And that's how we distinguished ourselves, because in my eyes, culture is capital. Mm-hmm. And so, we're not the one that you're going to go to for the cookie cutter news, thing on, at least on editorial, but we're going to give you the deep dive profile. We're going to give you the inside story. We're going to give you the much more narrative, much more in-depth and interesting, I think, storytelling. And so one of the things that I think is bears mentioning around now media is that we also recognize that the media game has changed. I went to journalism school, so I was brought up with like the brand is the pinnacle, right? You want everything to be part of the brand voice. You want everything to fit into like that brand identity. You think about great publications like Vogue and like the New York Times, like there's a certain voice and a certain thing, and it's bigger than any person. That has flipped. Now people trust people more than brands, and people gravitate more towards people. That's why we've seen the rise of the creator economy. That's why we've seen the rise of creators. We've seen on social media, we've seen podcasters, we've seen Substack writers, newsletter writers. And so that was also been part of the shift. It's been personality driven. Yeah, personality driven. So previously, the NFT Now newsletter used to be one of our staff writers, kind of doing kind of a normal template of like the brand voice and all that. Now it's Matt Medved in your inbox, and it's my voice, and it's a lot more personal. It's more anecdotal, and people love it. We've gotten like really good response on that. I launched a feature series called Luminaries, which is deep dive profile features with movers and shakers in the space, and that's we've across digital culture. And so we launched with Rafiq Anadol. We've covered everyone from Deepak Chopra to Sasha Stiles to Chris Lyons from A16Z, to some people who are maybe a little bit less known publicly, like Dan Spooler of the Blockchain Association, but was pivotal in getting the Genius Bill passed in Congress. And so it's been really fun to tell these stories, the stories that matter, through a more human-centric lens and also through a broader scope of coverage.
And yet, you're doing it under Now Media as opposed to under Matt Medved?
We're doing it both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's both. I mean, it's Now Media is still the media brand, but there are some things that I'll push out on my personal social just because I know it's gonna get more traction from a personal narrative voice.
Cool.
And the other thing that's worth mentioning is that I think there are parallels between NFT as a term and MP3. I believe that, I come from the music side. So, when MP3s first came out and MP3 players first came out, people were really excited. Everybody were talking about MP3s, MP3 this, MP3 that. Now nobody talks about MP3s, but they use them every day, via streaming and all of that. It's about what it creates rather than the tech itself. My friend Keith Grossman likes to say that, likes to talk about the iPod moment, which was this moment where people, realize 1,000 songs in my pocket, 1,000 songs in your pocket. Like you don't need to understand tech to understand why that's cool, right? Mm-hmm. As a music fan, I remember I was like blown away by the idea of being able to take around my entire discography and with me wherever I went.
We need that kind of strapline, don't we?
That's right. We haven't had that moment for this, for the NFT space, for the Web3 space. But where I think we're going is a place where the movement is bigger than the medium. Just like the digital music movement is much bigger than the MP3 as a medium, the digital culture movement is bigger than NFT as a medium, and it will still be an important medium. But and so that's also part of the reasoning behind the rebrand.
Awesome. Art Basel Advisory Committee.
Yeah.
You're on it.
Yeah, I'm on the Digital Art Council. Yeah. Digital
Art Council.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah.
Also, how did you get approached to be on the council?
Yeah. So it's a group of people who are pushing the culture forward. It's a mix of artists, technologists, builders, collectors, and the way that I was approached to join. After we did Gateway Miami 2023, which was at the Faena Forum, that was our first edition of Gateway on the Beach. And that was really important because, as anyone who's been to Art Basel knows, the traffic is terrible. And if you're trying to get people to come from the beach to downtown, which is where we did the first two iterations of the Gateway, you're asking them to weather some pretty serious traffic. And so it was very, very tough to get people from the traditional.
And that's a cycle. We cycled the other day.
Yeah. You know how it goes.
Crazy people.
Oh yeah. That's wild. Yeah.
And we walked.
Walking's good.
We walked across the bridge.
We did. But
that took a very long time.
But you have all these people in traditional art world, right?
I did. I had to stop at a supermarket.
No way. That's perseverance. Let's just put it this way: my traditional art friends were not stopping to get flip flops to come to Gateway.
Right.
We needed to make it convenient to them,
right,
and for them. And so that was why it was really important to do Gateway 2023 on the beach. We did it at the Faina Forum, a beautiful venue. You said you were there.
Beautiful venue. I loved it. What a gorgeous building.
Thank you for joining.
And the whole thing was incredibly well organized.
Thank you.
There were brilliant speakers. It was very well. It's like the amount of time people were speaking was wonderful. It was the first time that I saw it, and I thought it was incredibly well organized, and I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. No, it was really special, and that's the first time I really felt like it put us on the map of the traditional art world. And I was introduced to Craig Hepburn, who is the chief digital officer for Art Basel at the time.
Is this Crypto Craig?
Indeed.
And so he
did you just cut that?
No, I don't know, but you look shocked. Did you not know that?
Was he called Crypto Craig?
Yeah, but we have more
I didn't know that name.
news.
I just knew him as Craig, but Craig's great, and he
was.
Yeah, he's still great. He's still great. he's still alive. You know.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But
was great at.
And and so he knew about the gateway, and so we started having conversations, and he told me about the Digital Art Council that he and the team were putting together, and he invited me to be a part of that. Noah was also very instrumental in putting that together as well, and I think the Digital Art Council played a very key role in the early days of helping Art Basel understand the space. And start to map out its moves into the space, because it was not a 0 to 100 moment with 0 to 10. That it was a process. It was a multi-year process. Where Art Basel started doing. Obviously, they started the Digital Art Council. They started doing digital dialogues, conversations. They did some installations. They did they had Bright Moments last year. They had They did like a dinner with TAX at Art Basel Paris that was digital focused. So there were digital, like there were cocktails and things. So they were starting to bring the community together. They were doing a lot of listening, and they were starting to understand the space better. And so, I think the Digital Art Council played a really key role in those early days of setting the foundations. And then they brought in Eli, and I think Eli's done a great job as the advisor for Art Basel, and in terms of curating 0 to 10. And so it has been really, it's been an amazing, evolution to see a legacy brand like Art Basel bring digital art to the main fair, with 0 to 10 in a really significant way. And the footprint that it has there, I think that it's undoubtedly, and I know I'm a little biased, I think it's, the most exciting thing happening at the fair. But I've heard the same thing from people who are not in the digital art space. I've heard people say like, that's where the action is. And I think it is
helping.
What's that?
Mike is helping.
Yeah, no. And Mike did a great job. I remember when he first showed me the concept for the regular animals, I was like, this is going to be such a viral moment at the fair. And it has been, and it's like perfectly tailored for social media, to be spread. And
we've just left Sergi Brin. Well,
yeah,
Sergi Brin was just in the pen with Beeple.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Checking out Zuckerberg and Basel's robot dogs.
Exactly. And, to me, that's the real promise is obviously it's really great to see the digital art community coming out to support and the energy. This has been I think a celebration, and it's been, a long time coming. And but I think it's older. What's really critical is, are we breaking through? Are there traditional collectors and traditional art patrons and traditional art players who are coming to experience digital art for the first time, or if not for the first time, perhaps they're taking it more seriously. Perhaps they're understanding that it can fit different formats than they had in their head. I think one thing, I had a conversation with Noah at the CEO of Art Basel at the reception that we had yesterday at 010. And I told him that I thought it was great to see how so many physical displays of art that was produced digitally and algorithmically, because I think it's really important to meet the market where it is. And when we think about traditional collectors and traditional art, art figures and leaders, so many of them respond well to that format and see it in a different light. Like it couldn't just only be screens, right? And he said that was very intentional on their part. And
Can I throw in a but there?
Yeah,
because I think a trick has been missed by, and I don't think anyone's to blame here because every artist obviously wants to protect their best interests, but I think it's a real shame. I mean, it's not possible for an artist to sell an underpriced series of generative works in a way that doesn't just get instantly snapped up by our community.
Mm-hmm.
But an open edition could...
Well, is an X copy sort of that exactly?
Kind of it. Well, it's the bubbles concept. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a large format.
It's a large format. Yeah.
Because I agree. Meeting, I can't remember how you said it. Meeting the market where it is, but digital art collecting is a different thing.
Yeah.
And so many of us here got going on, by minting on Tezos for $20 and isn't it a shame that, like, imagine if there was a series that you could just mint for $25 as someone who has nothing to do with this, and just like it would give you a different sense of what's going on here, a different understanding. And
I don't know if I disagree with you. I think at this point I agree with Matt that people just need to experience it's art as art. It's not about owning. It's not about flipping. It's not about putting it from here to there.
Owning an NFT is very different to owning a painting. It's just a different thing.
It's a multi-stage process. So I think at this point, good for people to see. Okay, I mean, we have a stand. We have a booth with Tyler. Not once have I mentioned the works are on the blockchain. Not once. I'm not joking.
But if we're talking about onboarding, like.
But I have buyers for Tyler. It's that is onboarding.
Well, it's getting people buying digital artworks, but it's not onboarding people to our space. Like it's the reality that everyone in our space was onboarded by collecting loads of often, like
I'll say
pretty
this.
much everyone got going collecting cheap things.
I'll say this. I think what I think is most impactful at a place like Art Basel at this juncture is helping institutional players, helping collectors, helping mover, like I'd say like art professionals better understand the digital art ecosystem. And so I remember going to previous Art Basels where, Tezos had their big branded activation, right? Where they were giving away NFTs, right? Solana had their big branded activation where it was like wallets, those things. Is there real stickiness to that? No. I don't know. I'm not going to say no because I haven't seen it, but
there
isn't. But like, imagine if that, like I was thinking about this, I was posting about William's Sketchbook Bee earlier. Awesome work. Like, imagine if you could just, if William had, the artist can limit the series size with the price. If it was $2,000, it's going to be a small series. If it's $50, it's going to be a big series. Imagine if like an artist of William's caliber created a series and said, $50, you can get one. Free, I don't think is the way to do it. But if someone were to see William's work in person, be impressed by it, and you can play around with the algorithm and mint something for $50, we'd have onboarded hundreds of people. Surely.
I'll say this too. I think, and I don't want to speak for 010 or for Art Basel because I'm in with the Digital Art Council. I helped advise all that, but that has been Eli's been leading 010, and obviously the Art Basel team know what their plans are around that. But from my conversations with everyone involved, I think it's important to note that this year's edition of 010 at Miami Beach is seen as a start, right? Mm-hmm. And so they are planning to do 010 at Hong Kong. I think there's plans beyond that into next year. And so I do think that they see this as a start and they plan to build upon this. And so I do think that we may see, different dynamics and different kinds of things being showcased there. But one thing I think was important, I always say that, digital art has been around for decades, but there is a new movement, this on-chain digital art movement that came from the crypto native space, right? And it brought new collectors, it brought new creators and artists, it brought new platforms, it brought new culture, to the table, and that is crypto native in nature. I think it's important that be represented here, which I feel like it is, and I feel like it's important that some of the origins be represented as well. So I was very happy to see Bitforms included. Stephen Sachs, who's been championing this art for decades. I think it's the 25th anniversary of his gallery. Having artists like Manfred Moore, who's a pioneer that everybody respects and reveres in the space. Who has not really he hasn't minted NFTs, but he has been a pioneer for generative art and digital art that has come. And so, to me, I think this is the first step in an evolving story, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And
also other fairs will probably start to follow suit. I mean, if there's anyone who can
set the tone
and get rid of the stigma, it's Basel.
And Matt, were there any artists or galleries that you were disappointed weren't included?
No,
or represented at this point. Included is the wrong word.
There's nothing really specific that stood out to me in that regard. I also recognize, as somebody who has thrown large-scale curated exhibitions and events, I recognize that there are so many moving parts when you do that, and there are space limitations and there are budgetary restrictions, things, all of these things. And the Gateway was always fully custom builds, right? And so one of the blessings, but also some of the challenges of being directly on the fair, a part of the main fair, is you're also working within the fair formats and all of that. So as I said, I think I think that this should be seen as a first step, and I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more included as we go forward.
You had a question about
turning that back on you, Layla.
Do I feel that
galleries who should be here?
I don't know. I do think I kind of agree with Matt. Yes, I can think of things, but I do think it's really tricky the first round of things. Maybe interesting to talk about just general perception of people and it, going around Twitter saying, is this going against the ethos of the culture of our space to be in this establishment of Art Basel, to say?
Yeah, look, I thought that was very predictable. But to me, my stance is very clear on that, I think, because like I said, I've always been about bringing in the masses. As I said, I've always wanted to expand this space. I've always wanted to bring it to the mainstream. Literally our mission is from niche to mainstream. So I understand that whenever, this happens all the time, right? Punk rock became commercial, right? But that's just how culture works, right? And the great thing about it is that, there's no one's forcing anyone to be a part of it. And I also think that, it's also important to note that crypto art, that movement is, it's an amazing movement that gave birth to a lot of the space, but there are a lot of artists that mint work or make digital art that didn't sign some crypto art bill of rights or ethical side. So I don't think it's fair to really criticize any artist for being a part of it when they all have different creative priorities. And so to me, I welcome the dialogue, though. I think that the dialogue is healthy, and I think it goes to show that people care. There's a lot of interesting things with this year's, with how 010 is played out. There are a lot. I think some of the people in our space may not understand quite how disruptive it is, because there is a selection committee for galleries to be a part of the Art Basel fairs in the traditional world. That's, there are a lot of criteria, and you have to have a long-standing, history of exhibiting, and there's a lot of factors. It's not like you can just kind of pop on the scene. So we're already seeing a lot of that being bypassed with, these younger, more digital focused galleries in part of it. But more significantly, actually having artists, studios themselves directly exhibiting, like what People Studios is doing, what Jack Butcher is doing with Visualized Value, that is unheard of, in the traditional Art Basel fair side. And, I welcome it because I also think that, this is more disruptive. I mean, look, like...
But why? But what's changed? Like, Hearst could do his own booth. Like, why does...
Yeah, but Hearst didn't start out with his own booth. I guess Freeze was kind of his own thing. But I guess he kind of built a career. But actually, Hearst really did build his own. He wasn't. It wasn't on the gallery.
Like so many of them do their own booths.
But I do find it interesting when an artist decides to. Yeah, I think we're in this space where the position of the gallery in our space, I think, is harder to define than the position of the artist. I think it's it makes sense to me that People is representing himself. It gets more tricky the other way around, I find.
That's what you said the other day.
What did I say the other day? I did say, I do go back and forth on my opinions on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one thing I think is really interesting too is yesterday you had Beeple and Rafik together, like in the pen. You had all the artists there, like active. Like, Beeple's been there all day, like yesterday, and it continues to come back. Like, you don't see that on the traditional side, like at all.
Day, and
right?
Everybody loves. The other crazy thing is that his robots. There's him as a robot in the pen, and then he's standing there, and it makes the whole experience even more incredible because you see him standing there, and you see. The robot of him, so it makes the whole experience a lot more impactful.
I rolled up to the preview yesterday with Rafik, and Rafik wasn't even showcasing work here this year. He came to support, and he wanted to show his support for 010 and for Beeple, who's a friend of his. And obviously, Rafik has done stuff with Basel in the past. He had his installation with Turkish Airlines at Art Basel, Switzerland. I think I wouldn't be surprised to see Rafik at a future 010 based on the relationship there. But I think that coming to support like that, I think, is something special. And I think that that's something that we should recognize about this space is, one of the things that appealed to me about digital art and the Web3 ethos is, breaking down some of the traditional boundaries and gatekeepers that have traditionally existed. The middlemen were like artists are like unreachable from collectors, having Beeple right there, engaging with everyone, like so many of the artists being there. Like, I think that's really special. And I think that reflects the ethos of this space. And so to me, look, I think that whenever you do something that is selective in nature, people who aren't selected are always going to feel a certain way about it. That's natural. It's human nature. And so I think there's some of that as well coming through on the timeline. But I think it's been really great to see. And I'm also seeing a lot of positivity. Artists like Sasha Stiles, Thank You X, Brian Brinkman, who aren't here this year, are out there voicing their support for what's happening and for a lot of their contemporaries. And I think that's great.
I think it's been mostly positive, actually, to be fair. It's been mostly positive than it has been the other way around.
Are we going to see a Takashi Murakami galleryless booth in the next 5 years?
I can see it.
Yeah, we'll see. So it will be interesting to see whether whether this remains kind of like its own kind of like little experimental area, or whether some of the disruptive elements of it become part, get integrated into and cross over into the traditional side. But I look, like I'm here for it. To me, I'm a big believer that, like, when the waters rise, so do all the ships. And so I think no matter what your ethos is, no matter whether you feel what you believe about what crypto art is or what digital art is, or that, I think having digital art being front and center, a part of the main fair, is a good thing for everyone, right? It's and whenever, like, first iterations, first steps, they're not always perfect, right? Rarely are. But I think
this
that
is pretty close to perfect, though. I gotta say,
I think there's a lot to be excited about.
Quality is really high, and we were saying earlier, reception has been phenomenal in general across the board.
And, if this goes, and, I mean, we already know there's going to be more to come, but like, I think people shouldn't treat it as like, this is the be all end all, and these are the selected artists, and everybody who wasn't selected is somehow like inferior. No, like there's going to be more iterations of this, and there's where they can bring in other artists as well. And it's like, I'm excited to see where it goes. And to me, I think it's important to think about this from an abundance mindset and not a scarcity mindset.
It's a total abundance. It's an incredible opportunity.
Can you defend,
highlights?
Can you defend the K-Bass thread?
Me? What do you mean defend? I don't agree with her thread. Sorry, personally. I think she's brilliant and she's done a lot. She's really done a lot for the space. She's worked with a lot of artists who have incredible careers ahead of everybody else, but I don't agree with her thread, personally.
I like Kate.
Me too.
And again, I think that dialogue is good. I think that if nobody were talking about it, it would mean nobody cared. And it's clear that people care, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for a space that has gone through the ups and downs that it has. That's
good to question. It's
good
to
of course,
question. Like, is this right? Are you really going the right route?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So again,
Do you agree?
I don't know what point was being made at all. Not even close to understanding the point being made.
Okay, before we go down the halls, so we're going to go a little bit around and do some live interactions with some galleries.
Okay.
But before we go, highlights for you, Matt, of 0-10, and perhaps the fair. I can't give a highlight of the fair in general because I haven't looked at anything else.
I literally have only been 0-10 so far today, like yesterday.
At my little family, and that's it. How about you?
Well, I'm very excited to go check out the rest of the fair. I think it's important to like contextualize it with that.
Okay.
But yesterday I was in 0-10 the entire time, and that was where the energy was. And
but the trouble is, even when I'm walking through the fair, I'm like not looking at anybody. Yeah. I'm like those people who just have eyes on one thing.
I mean, wow, guess what? Technology is interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine that. What a novel concept, right?
Yeah,
it's like it feels very obvious to me that this would be the most exciting and interesting thing at Basel, but I'm so glad that people are feeling that.
It doesn't feel obvious to me at all, man. Yeah. Because before we came, and we're so excited that we Solos got a booth. I thought, okay, this is going to be one of those things where people are going to stumble upon it, like they're going to roll their eyes and say, oh, art and technology. But it's absolutely the opposite. The reception I'm getting from people, they're so curious and they so want to learn how the artist is creating, like the different artistic languages, why the artist is doing that. It makes sense to them that there's new ways of painting and creating and expressing. And I think they find it actually educational and very stimulating. So I did not expect that at all.
Yeah.
And I do not speak about the blockchain.
Sure.
Not once have I've we're representing Tyler Hobbs. Not once have I talked about any of his past history and his successes. It's purely on people liking what they're seeing. And that's been, really amazing. Like they have no context and they respond. So I think that's a really good sign.
But
absolutely.
It shows the work. It's also almost like 0-10's like part digital, part interesting concept art. Like
exactly.
I wouldn't even say that Jack and Mario's works
totally,
totally conceptual.
I mean,
very conceptual.
And it's cool because there is a blockchain element to Jack's, right? But I don't think
there?
Yeah, because like when you get the receipt, there's a seed phrase on it where you can claim a soulbound token.
Oh gosh, I think I lost my receipt. I need to go find it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then with Mario's, I interviewed both of them yesterday to kind of learn more about the pieces. With Mario's, there's AI running in the background to like come up with all of that, but it's being manifested it's all on the back end, which I think is great because people can go, again, I'm all about having that on the back end and then people can appreciate what it creates and what it does for people rather than getting like bogged down in technological terms that nobody wants that feel intimidating, that people don't like understand. And that I think end up being kind of an obstacle for adoption and understanding. So in terms of highlights, both that we just mentioned are really great. Obviously we spoke about Mike's. I think Mike just I think he knocked it out of the park in terms of like capturing attention.
I mean, the crowd that's around his work from the first thing in the morning till the last part of the day is just insane.
Yeah.
And well deserved.
I agree.
I had someone, by the way, I don't know if this is true or not. It's a rumor going around. Someone replied to a Beeple post of mine saying, the most interesting thing about this exhibition is whether Beeple will urinate in public.
Sorry?
Word of song spread. Imagine.
Well, it's because I remember. So I interviewed people in the pen yesterday, and like people were putting their real dogs in there, and it was like the real dogs were like barking at the other dogs, and people's like, "Oh my god, like one of these is going to pee all over the floor," you know? Like it was just, but it was dynamic, it was interesting, it was crazy, like it was mayhem, but it was like a really, really fun mayhem, and you know, like I feel like that reflects our space in certain ways, right? Totally. I also want to shout out IX Shells. I think that like her piece with Fellowship in Art X Code is really amazing. I'm a big believer in the future of interactive and immersive digital art, and her interactive piece, I think it's so great that there's an interactive piece there. I'd like to see more of that in the future. You know, and she's just she's a great artist. You know, I mentioned that I really like the physical displays of art that has digital origin. I think what Asprey Studio, Ali is doing with Yatreda and Andrea Chiampo is really, really wonderful. Those physical crafted pieces that I think people can understand. It brings people into the work. And then also you have the screens that show the digital pieces, right? I think, you know, Tyler Hobbs, Dmitry Cherniak, so many of these artists, you know, having their work displayed in more physical formats that the traditional collectors can more easily resonate with. It just helps them understand that look, I'm really excited that 010 is a thing, but I think I'll be even more excited in the future when we don't need to have a 010 and digital art is just fully a part of the main conversation, the main fair. It's just a different medium. The same way
we're all together.
Yeah. Well, it is fun. It is fun. I mean, it's like, you know, it's definitely the fun section. It's the cool kids, right? But you know, but I think what's interesting is, you know, we don't put sculptures all in one spot. We don't put painting all in one spot. To me, digital is just another medium, and it should be integrated throughout. But I think that's a future. That's once we've done the work to like bring it into that space. I think right now 010 and a dedicated sector is important and is needed. And I'm glad that, as I said, it's you know, a part of the main fair.
Yeah, brilliant. Shall we go?
Quick highlight there. Other than Tyler?
Tyler Hobbs. I think Mike's done amazing. I love his pieces. I think it's great. My other highlight would be, well, definitely Mike is up there. Sorry, I'm being slow now. I'm gonna stop it at Mike.
I also loved Maya Mann's piece. I love
all of the ones you mentioned are brilliant.
MP Cause, Michael Kozlowski, that physical.
I actually think, I think Art Blocks. Quine's display is beautiful. I think they've done a brilliant job of displaying the work very well. It's hard work to display. It really is hard work to display it. Such a large series of generative work, and they've done a really clean and beautiful job. So I think they've done a great job in presenting it.
I agree. I interviewed Snowfro yesterday, and you know, you could just tell how happy he was. Like he was like beaming ear to ear. He looked tired, but he looked really happy. And I know that this is something that they could have never dreamed of. You know, he mentioned actually, you know, because Art Blocks exhibited with us at Gateway in 2022, and he was like, if you had told me back then that we'd be exhibiting at the main fair, he was like, I wouldn't have believed it. And I think that's really special. And so that yesterday felt like a celebration for the space. Yeah. It felt like a celebration for digital art. And, you know, I think it was a lot of, as I said, it was many years in the making. So, and there's a lot of people who worked really hard to make it happen.
Snowfro, because Jamie, I think like a year said that to me. He said, before you know it, Solis is going to be in Art Basel. I promise you that's going to happen. And I thought, gosh, sometimes he's so annoyingly positive. But it did happen.
Yeah.
There you go. Right. Shall we go onto the floor and talk to some trad and non-trad people?
Let's do it. Why not?
Are we getting trad?
No, we're just talking to 010. We're not talking to anyone else. I suppose no. We don't talk to them.
Let's see what happens.
Well, let's see how it feels. What do you think, Matt?
Let's see what happens. Let's go with the flow. Okay. But I love this conversation. Thanks for taking the time.
Thanks.
Thank you.
It's been a really fun one.
It's been great.
Well, let's figure out how to carry this.
This is you guys. So we because we're pressed, they just let us go through. So here's an insider information. If you ever want to get into Art Basel and don't have a VIP ticket, walk in with a microphone and a laptop, and they'll let you straight through. Pat, you coming?
I'm coming. All right.
Right. Hello. Right. So going through the main section right now. We're passing by Victoria Mira, one of my favorite, white cube. Okay, let's ask them what they think of the 010. We can't hear you. Let's ask somebody at White Cube what they think about 010 section. Shall we?
Oh God, this is,
what?
Okay.
No, that's good. Let's get awkward. Jamie gets really scared. It's like, what, do you know somebody? Yeah. Okay, let's move on then. If you know somebody, tell me if it gets awkward. Okay, what about... Okay.
Well,
no. Let's go find another gallery. Let's go find another gallery. Go. Let's go.
Let's get
Jamie's past life is catching up with him. She's just banging out the same paintings over and over again. This one. No, that woman. Flora Juskevich. I don't. This fair is massive. We're really feeling the part right now. This is really funny. Let's find a gallery let's ask them closer by what they think of 010.
Have you ever done such a pro recording, man?
Okay. Oh, they've got a... Hey.
You might need to cut some of this. Oh, there's your piece later.
I know. It's already my screensaver.
I feel like we probably want to edit.
Yeah. We're going to take it out.
Well, some of it might be interesting. Just seeing that.
Yeah, make it like quick snippets.
Yeah. James, was there anything? I'm sorry. Is there something we need to know? By the way, please don't hang around with us.
The Wi-Fi definitely.
Well, we'll be stuck in the same place in a few minutes. We won't be moving around much.
Are you
aware of what? Sorry. Okay.
But can you hear us now? Because I want to ask people some questions as we.
Okay.
Cool jacket.
Thank you.
It's cool. All right. We're getting close. So this is...
We're getting towards it. Okay. We're getting towards 010. Now we're in the Meridians, which has... Fellowship is representing Matt and Holly in there, actually. Okay, let's ask a random person. I really want to ask someone. They've just come from 010. Let's ask this guy. Excuse me, sorry. Can I ask you a question? Did you just come from the 010 section?
No. No. Yes, I did it. Yeah. Sorry,
anything
I'm here.
Stood out?
I'm here.
No, I know, but anything stood out for you?
Oh God. Sure.
Yeah, which one? You can say nothing. It's fine. Nope. Did you find it rubbish or good? Did you like the Beeple piece?
Human beings should have other concerns.
Not a fan.
feeling terribly articulate, am I?
It's okay. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah.
God, look at this crowd.
Okay, so there's a massive crowd in front of Mike's. Oh, there's Dirtus. Let's get in. Oh, hi. Well, you are on Verse Talk. We're here.
You guys been to Pome?
We don't have our poem yet. No.
Can we mint a Pome live? Can we mint a Pome live? Is this live?
Yes.
Let's mint a Pome live. All right, let's do it. Matt, you can be our guinea pig. Come.
Is this an NFT?
Oh my God.
Is this an NFT?
Yes, you can get one for free.
How does it work?
Oh my God, come.
Do you need like a wallet?
No, email address,
I don't have
super
email
easy.
address.
Oh, well then, if you give me your WhatsApp, I will send it to you via WhatsApp.
It's
How's
a
that?
digital asset.
Digital asset with blockchain provenance.
A what?
And it is blockchain provenance.
Okay.
A decentralized ledger where it will be stored forever
Saying
and
a lot
ever.
of words that I do not understand. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. What do I do?
Give it a whirl. QR codes. You know how QR codes work? You know, restaurants during COVID. QR codes.
My daughter taught me how to do
Okay,
it.
good.
Yeah. All right. So what do I do now?
Now you claim your edition.
Open. Oh, I don't have any.
No,
Oh,
you have
email.
an email.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't get my email.
Encrypted.
Totally encrypted.
And you might get one actually annotated by these wonderful people here who all contributed to the project.
My
Matt,
code's gonna come in my
Layla, and Jamie as well.
Okay. How long does it take for the email to come through?
It should be fast. We can ask the devs at OpenSea to speed it up a little bit for
We
live
need dev help.
television.
Oh, wait. I think I got it.
Okay, good. All right, there you go.
Okay. Agree.
Agree to the
Agree.
terms.
They just sign my life away,
Yeah.
and I just got a poem. Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Great. I'm so happy.
This is amazing.
I know, right? We got some
Smooth
really
technology.
exciting people.
Oh, I got a really good one also.
Oh my God, great,
Yeah.
great. So,
It said Rafik.
Rafiq.
I got a Rafik.
Oh.
Wow.
Look at that.
There's also
Pretty
people
awesome.
in there, and there's a Layla, a
want that
Medved.
one for
Yeah,
sure.
the Layla's amazing. The Natalie Stone is amazing.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
I want a Natalie Stone. I should do
Yeah.
it again.
Yeah,
But
Nicole has one. I recommend that if you have an OpenSea account, not to use the wallet linked to your OpenSea account, because that can get a little bit glitchy. So use a fresh email. If you do happen to have a digital wallet, those weird things.
these are all good to know.
Yes.
And
Something
congratulations.
we've discovered on the ground. Yeah, some really wonderful people invited me to be part of this. Kind of unexpectedly.
Eli Scheinman is amazing.
Yeah, he's got some nice friends too that help him behind the wings.
Good luck with your NFT project.
It's not a project, it is the future of art.
Oh. Benny, how
All
are
right.
you feeling? Come on, we have you here. You can tell us a live update of how you're feeling about everything coming together.
How do I feel about what?
Everything coming together here.
That's you're interviewing her. That's just not
No,
about
we're
me.
going around asking a bunch of people.
Ask Matt Medved.
We just did an hour interview, so.
That has a lot to say.
I think that the artists and the gallerists put a lot of time and effort, and they deserve so much, love and kudos for putting their time and effort. I don't even know if they're making money on this to push the community forward, and they're the ones who deserve literally every second of whatever praise we could give. So, I mean, you can just look yourself, but this is because of them, and hopefully there'll be more. I'll leave it at that.
Thank you. How are you feeling?
Really moved, actually. The poem I wrote for my NFT project, as Benny called it, really documents how Miami and technology have changed since Basel opened here in 2002. In these past 23 years, it's been an absolute revolution in terms of, physical transformation of the city, but now also technology, and the fact that the fair now has this 0-10 zone really speaks to where the energy is, where it lies, what people want. They want experiences. Maybe they don't want to walk around and see 1,000 paintings. Maybe they want to feel something, to be provoked, to learn. to be confused. Even confusion, I think, is a fresh experience. So I really congratulate Verse and so many of the other galleries that are here showing, and of course Benny and Eli that did such an amazing job.
They did. Well, thank you so much, and good luck with everything.
See,
It's
when
been
we're inviting,
amazing.
let's invite people to get the poems. If you have any artworks by the artists who are showing at 010 or myself, then you're eligible to claim online from home as well. So, and like Me Beats communities, punk holders, a ton of communities are eligible as well. And we have poems annotated by all the artists basically here. So it's pretty special.
Amazing. Wow. How incredible. All right. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Ciao. Bye. Thank you, guys.
That's it. We're here.
Starting with Anna.
No, starting with Anna, and now. Should we do? If we can get near him.
Yeah.
Where is he? I don't think he's here. Where is he? He may have gone for a break. I don't see him. Do you see it? Maybe this is the time we actually get Dirtus on here. Hey, Layla. Oh, we've got Miss Stone here. Hello. How are you feeling about 010?
I'm feeling really good about it. It was a long road to get here in a very short amount of time, but now that I'm here, I'm happy. And I'm so proud of everybody.
How have you found the reception's been?
Everybody's super curious. You know, obviously the digital collectors are super proud, but you walk around the rest of the space, everything just feels like 1 minute, 2 minutes, but our area is alive with curiosity.
This is the art blocks booth. Can you introduce the booth? What are we?
Yeah. Okay. So this is Quine by Larva Labs, presented by Art Blocks. And so what we really wanted to do with, even when Matt and John worked on the collection, they knew that they wanted it to be designed for print. So here we made a vitrine of all of the outputs as a way to show the breadth of the algorithm. And then
are all here, all
497. Yeah. So we thought we wanted to celebrate all the holders that are part of the Quine family. And then over here, we wanted to do a little demo of the code. So again, the concept of Quine is code is art is code. So if you get up closer, it's actually the literal code that is the visual output. And what we have here is it's programmatically built where it's running the code and then generating the next artwork. So we wanted to
These aren't minted outputs. These are just.
These are also available for sale. These are the only. We pulled out 10 from the dev collection. So basically, we held back 10 or 20, and we curated 10 for the show that we thought were a good representation for the collection. And right now, we've sold 8 of them.
Amazing. Congrats.
Thanks for my chat.
Yeah, amazing. Really beautiful. Very beautiful. No, it's not live. You're all good. Yeah. No, you were brilliant, though. I mean, if we do, we can. All right. So we've got a couple collectors here. Let's hear from the collectors. We've got Dirtus here. What are your thoughts on 010?
Incredible. The layout is amazing, and the viral moments of people is bringing throngs of art collectors to the space, and seeing them obsess about the robotic dogs, and then come over and want to look at some crazy Kim Assendorf art and some Larva Lab boys and some Tyler Hobbs. It's really, really, truly cool to see.
It is cool. Gaz, what do you think?
I love it. It's fantastic. What I love about it is that they have meridians over there, which is the kind of physical installation pieces, and then you come over here and it then goes into digital art installation pieces. And I love how open it is, how people can walk through and see many different things all at once. They're not all stuck in tiny little booths that you see at every other art fair and stuff. So it feels very different to like say a Freeze or something like that I've been to recently, and they're not like identikit copy pastes of other art fairs, which I think is fantastic, and it really
I
shows
agree.
the all of the kind of different facets of what digital art can be, with the physical, the purely digital, like big screens, small screens, kind of actual installation, mechanical, like changing pieces with AI, changing the letters on them, and things like that. So it's really going through the whole gamut of what digital art can be.
Amazing. Thank you. Should we, Adam Van Nordic? Get him? I actually never met him before. Can we interrupt? Want to interrupt, Jeff?
Sorry.
Jeff?
Well, hi. Well, hello.
This is your moment. You can sing. You can talk.
Ask me questions.
You can decline this interview.
I'm just gonna say hi, world. Yeah, it's just fun to be here. So I don't really have much to say. Thank you.
Has it been? Do you feel like people get what you guys are doing?
Yeah, we've had really good conversations. A lot of curiosity, and we go on our nerdy sort of spiel about code-based artwork and generative artwork, and then particularly how the quines cycle on themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, and everybody leaves kind of like, that's really cool. That's really cool. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun talking to.
Did you mention much NFTs at all?
That's the last thing I talk about.
Same here.
Yeah, so I talk about the process, the art, and then I say it's all contained in an NFT. And usually we're pointing people to prints first, even before that. You're like, you get this series of prints, and then the underlying NFT that generated, this artwork. So yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah, amazing. All right, let's get Adam. Right. I've never met him. Adam, I've never met you in person. I'm Layla. I'm from Solo/Verse.
Oh yes, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
You can decline this. It's not live.
How many questions?
One
question. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then I'm leaving.
What do you think about 0-10? This is Jamie. What do you think about 0-10?
I love it. It's wonderful. All my friends.
Highlights?
MP Cause. Been loving his work for years. To see him move physical and to see these installations is really amazing. Quines. I love Quines. I'm a big fan. I have many. It's just really nice to see it all in person, and people that I don't know crowd around and ask questions, and I can correct them on things. So I'm like, that's wrong.
Well, enjoy the rest. Nice to meet you. See you soon. All right, let's go around. We lost our other guy. Where is he, Matt? Oh, we've got Lonely Boy. You on Verse Talk?
Who's in here? Who's in here?
You're on Verse Talk.
Oh, good morning, USA. We're right here at the Tyler Hobbs booth. Solos at Miami Art Basel. Come on, this is where dreams come true. This is where dreams come true. What is that wood print on laminate glazed in the middle? What is it? Tell me about it. Holly, get in here. So this is just like an impromptu. You're just chatting with everybody.
We were just chatting with Medved upstairs, and we are now just asking people what's going on, showing
in the vibes, in the real world touchdown.
Absolutely. Well,
Jamie, how does this feel? Verse for like 3 years almost now.
It's pretty nuts.
You're at the convention.
It's pretty nuts.
It's gotta be a good feeling.
It's a fantastic feeling. I mean, I feel we've.
I think people are gonna write about this I think people are gonna write about this. Probably.
About what?
Like, I think people will write about this, like 0-10.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't agree with the negative things I've seen where like.
You never agree with negative things because you're a positive guy.
Because I was like, okay, like, what are we? Oh, like it needs to be the bleeding edge. I'm like, this is the bleeding edge. Digital art has made it
You're bleeding.
in a full corner.
We're bleeding.
Don't let them know. Don't let them know.
Let them know we're not bleeding. We're doing great. We're thriving. All right, good.
That is amazing.
Will.
That's amazing.
So we've got Kim Massendorf there, and this is Solo's booth, Tyler Hobbs, new work from Noise, and that's translated gestures.
Wood print with laminate on top with the paint glazed underneath. How are these even made? I can't even tell.
It's a print on European birch.
European birch?
Yeah. Russian
birch?
Yeah.
Jeez. Yo went. Oh,
Beautiful,
wow.
huh?
Yeah, this is gorgeous. I mean, I was looking at like the really like in-depth kind of like gesture lines, and there's one over there where you see like you can't even tell it's like particles or anything. You can't really tell it's generative. It feels like it's got that like graph.
People are really confused. They don't know if it's a painting, if it's a print, why it's wood. It's definitely speaking to people.
Has anyone like asked the
Yes, we've got quite a lot of people wanting to go for them. Let's see who clicks by. Okay, we need to.
Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Keep running.
Kim, where is he? Shall we go to Dimitri? Is he there? Adam. Adam's not here. Emily's here. Well, I'm not sure he'd want. We can give him the option. Sorry. We are interrupting. No, he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. All good. You can decline. Run away. All right. He doesn't want to do this. We've got. Yeah, we want. I know you don't like doing that. See. Okay, we've got lovely. Hi, we've got a friend, Jonathan Chomp. Emily. Emily is running this beautiful booth here of the works of MP Koth.
We can cut anything out, don't worry.
Do you want to chat about the work or not? Yeah?
Yes, I do. It's should I have any context or should I just talk?
No, just go. Everybody knows we're just going.
Oh, amazing. That's great. Should I talk about the work itself or the booth? Okay, great. This is Heft Gallery, where actually you can't really see me in case you want to tilt up a little bit. That's great. Hello, everybody. I know it's not. I know. I'm just really delirious. No, I got this. I've been doing this all day. Michael Kozlowski, also known as NP Koz, is known for his incredible material experimentation. Often, yeah, let's go close. Which can be many different kinds of materials. In this case, it's 3D printed material that has been coated in copper in the case of the wall pieces, or bronze in the case of the floor pieces. But like much of his work, it starts with an algorithm. So he codes using JavaScript a generative algorithm that determines the outputs, that determines the two-dimensional compositions. And it also contains a sort of hidden other level of information, which is the 3D topography. And that allows him to 3D print directly from the coded outputs.
I was just catching up earlier with him, and he was saying that he made this work over 6 weeks. 6 weeks?
Yeah.
That's incredible. Like the amount of hours he must have worked to create this is incredibly impressive.
I don't know if this is public information, but he skipped Thanksgiving to get us these pieces on time. And I think he made it a day later, so he still got to spend time with family. But yes, this was quite an intense endeavor for him. But he's also an incredibly talented artist and artisan and builder, and is experienced on many fronts, and was able to pull it together for us. And we're so glad that he did.
Thank you so much. Nailed it. All right, let's move on. Next. Should we get Mimi in there? She's busy. Mimi is speaking to a new audience about the works of Xcopy. We're going to leave her to it because she looks really busy. Yes. Who is...
And Astrid.
Yeah, I know. Who is it?
Alistair, who's here.
With the suit? Alistair. Okay. We're at the booth of Asprey Studios. We're representing some incredible artists as
Trader and Andrea Chiampo.
Also highlighted earlier by Matt.
Matt is busy.
He seems really busy, yeah. Let's see Aniko. I don't think Dimitri's here. I don't see him anyway. Let's go chat to Aniko. Oh, Jack? Jack in the mirror? Jack is just speaking to... He's selling... Let's go to get Aniko. Aniko. Hi, we're recording Verse Talks and we want to talk to you. This is not live and we can cut anything out.
Okay, yeah, no, sure. I can do it. Okay. I got it. Okay, so we're looking at a solo presentation of Dmitry Cherniak. I'm sure many of you are familiar with Dmitry Cherniak's work. He is an algorithmic artist, most famously known for Ringers from 2021. So with that, that generative project came out on Art Blocks and sort of, I would say, was a big part of the NFT boom of that era, and of course has spawned the Golden Goose sale a few years later for around $7 million. So what we are looking at here is actually a browser-based visualization on the back wall of the Ringers code. So this is sort of an educational tool, but it allows us to really understand kind of how the algorithm is thinking, if you will. And it's we wanted to present this here because we thought it would be a really great way to be able to kind of introduce new audiences to not only Ringers, but kind of generative art more generally. I think just being able to see kind of the outputs and then the way that they are formed and the compositional development is really useful to kind of understand what is this all. But it's also notably a preview for an exhibition that Dmitry will have at the Tel Aviv Museum of Art in 2026 in April. So it's also a bit of a preview kind of his upcoming institutional projects, which I think is really important for all of us, and also new audiences, especially traditional buyers, really are intrigued by institutional recognition.
Are any of them actual Ringers output?
Some of them are. Yeah. So it's going live right now. It's like browser based, so it's really fun. It's fun to watch.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was live.
Yeah.
And what has the reception been so far?
So the reception so far has been wonderful, and people are really intrigued by the animation, the visualization, and then of course we have also the floor ringer here, which is a sculptural expression of Dmitry of an output from the Ringer series, and in fact it represents
this is actually a minted output.
Yeah. So, but in fact, it's a glitch in the original code, which he ended up incorporating into the final code. So it's kind of a special output in a number of ways. But also, of course, there's the joke of floor ringer. I mean, it is a ringer that sits on the floor. Of course, there's the pun with kind of the pejorative use of the word floor, which in our space kind of means obsession with the lowest prices and valuations. But it's actually inspired by the work of Isamu Noguchi, who created these beautiful metal sculptures that kind of react to the floor rather than like just sitting on it. So it's kind of art historical, but also funny. It is for sale. It's a unique work, price upon request, I would say.
All right. Request people.
Yes.
Request.
And then finally, we have his newest algorithm, Polygon, etc., which is the prints on the wall. And we are selling these as digital tokens, but also as prints. And we actually have new buyers interested who have never bought a tokenized artwork ever. Yeah, so we're very excited.
Congrats.
5 ETH, yep.
How can you talk about decision to price in ETH
rather than dollars?
Yeah, I know that many galleries here have priced in dollars. We wanted to kind of just stick to the true crypto nature. We as a gallery also don't accept USD. Of course, we wanted to kind of see what the reception would be like. We have had the reception's been fine. We're working with some buyers to purchase their first crypto, open their first wallets. Yeah, of course, if we needed to, we would be able to, figure something out. But I think it's also important to just kind of start to normalize it, right? I mean, if a buyer is going to have to have some sort of understanding of crypto in order to even receive the token, then they might as well buy in cryptocurrency as well. Yeah.
Okay, no advertisement here, Jamie. All right, thanks so much, Aniko. Thank you. Okay.
Honestly, if you want to cut that, no worries.
No, she was brilliant. There's nothing. Okay, Mario is talking to someone. Okay, let's get him. Jack, you are on Verse Talks. Well, you're looking great. Tell
live.
me.
Is it live?
No, it's not live. I wish it was live. Tell me how's it. Yeah, I know. This is. I'm talking to the manager of Visualize Value. Tell us how's it been going.
It's good. It's good. We're tired, but it's good. I hold that? No, you hold it. Yeah, all right.
What is going on? What's happening?
So we are operating our self-checkout here, or I should say supervising our self-checkout booth here. It can be operated by the customer entirely. And we are at minus $21,805.59. A great day today. Top day on the P&L. So, what, you want me to explain the whole thing or no? Yeah. All right. So, might be difficult to get this with the laptop, but we added some stats here. So our original position was minus $74,211. We have here, we're going to be offsetting our carbon here by 1,000x. Yes. So we're getting 66 orders an hour at the moment. The paper usage, yeah. So I don't know where we are on here, but we're roughly at 1,500 online orders and 600 in person.
And of the 74,000, how much of that was
from here? Good question. I don't know exactly, but my guess would be it's probably 60, 70% online, 30% booth. Just go strong. Yeah.
How much of it was like actually?
Oh, I would say 50% probably. No, maybe a little over 50%. Yeah, probably 60, 70%. Yeah.
And how have you found the reception?
It's good. There's you can kind of tell by how somebody approaches it, how they feel about it already, and then you can maybe get a conversion in one in five maybe. But for the vast majority, it's like they've kind of made up their mind by the aesthetic is telling them all they need to know about it. Maybe one or two, yeah. Is this a joke? Yeah. Yeah. But no, it's going well. It's been fun. Yeah, it's been great. Been a lot of fun.
Jalil is still happy.
Yeah.
He's been standing there. You're looking like you're
haggard. I'm haggard. Thank you very much. Yeah.
I feel like
been on my feet a long time.
I feel it. But Jalil is just shocking. He's like looks unfazed by the whole thing.
He's cracking on.
Yeah.
Look
at him, he's chatting away.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Amazing.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
All right, let's move on. Mario. No, he doesn't want to.
We've got to show the piece. Thanks, Jack.
Well, I think Joe prefers not to speak because the work speaks for itself. Incredible new piece, edition of 6, and I believe all sold already. Looking fantastic. Gorgeous. Everything just looks really incredible. Oh, I think Asprey Studios is free. Cool. Shall we go?
Alistair.
Hi. Alistair, I'm Layla. I'm from... Well, Jamie told me. He's my colleague. Jamie is my colleague. Jamie? Do you know Jamie?
Hi. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
We are from Verse. Verse or Verse Talks. Yes, yeah, and also no, you're not live. You're not, and also we are and we're also solos. We're representing Tyler over there, our gallery program. Anyway, congrats on everything. How have you felt 010 has been treating you?
Very well. We've sold one collection out.
Amazing.
We just a lot of interest in Andrea's piece is going to go, so really good.
Yeah.
Day 2.
And what are you representing?
I'm representing a trader. We're a unique. Our species is unique because we have a gallery, but we also have an atelier. We have a workshop where we make the pieces for the artists.
So they send you designs. How does it work?
Yeah, they. So in this case, your trader drew this, and then we made this from sheet silver. Our master silversmiths. We have 11 masters, which is very rare. And then, so this is made of sheet silver. The head, we sculpted the head, but this is resin. And it comes with the whole thing, And this is the digital art piece. The digital soul piece, as your trader calls it.
Beautiful.
And this is the point of view of wearing the piece, of the warrior going to war.
So it's like through his eye. It's through his eyes. You're looking through his eyes. It's lovely. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And what's this? This is an edition, or what's this?
There's 5 pieces.
And they belong to each other. They're together.
Yeah, so one piece as digital and the physical.
Okay. And the piece behind you?
This is because we sold this out. This piece is just a digital piece. It's kind of connected to this piece, and this is of a male warrior, and this is all original, authentic, real, garments and setting, etc. in Ethiopia.
It's so beautiful. So how did she create that?
So this is filmed, staged in Ethiopia.
So no AI, nothing.
Yeah. It's funny because everyone says it's AI.
It's really beautiful.
There's no AI anyway. Yeah.
So she's filmed them and then selling the film digitally.
Yeah, your trader's a collective.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a one of one.
It's stunning. And how much is that one?
30,000.
It's beautiful. Beautiful piece. It really is beautiful. So the whole series is about power, male.
I can never pronounce the actual name. The komodo, which is the headpiece, is a traditional. The actual headpiece in the sculpture is a traditional warrior piece that Ethiopian warriors would wear. The male Ethiopian warriors. Now the sculpture has its eyes closed because there's no more warriors, but the headpiece represents power. And in today, we call it the 21st century Komodo, because today you still need a power piece in this world. You still need the power to solve problems.
Yeah. And it's interesting that almost like just putting on that, just the hat, the helmet gives you that confidence that you have that power.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone fights battles, big or small. And headpieces are, it is an ancient thing. And this is a beautiful piece by an Ethiopian artist, which goes back, many centuries, made by silversmiths, reimagined in 010.
Amazing. How's the reception been?
Oh, fantastic! Yeah,
brilliant. Congratulations.
I think, Eli and Benny, they've created something really incredible.
Amazing.
And the variety here is amazing.
It really has, yeah. Alrighty, let's move on. Thank you so much. You were amazing. Thank you. Okay, one of the greatest things about Art Basel are the outfits.
Sorry?
I said, and the greatest things are the outfits. That lady had a really great outfit. Okay, Mario, and we should get Steven.
Liang and can't forget Pace.
Pace? No, Pace is James Turrell. I don't. Sorry. No, I want to speak to. Oh. You are on Verse Talks, Mario. Are you ready?
Is this live?
No, it's not.
Oh, man,
We're just trying to make it exciting.
Oh my God! Okay, yeah. Well, you should have come in the morning, maybe.
Yeah, it's been really exciting for Mario, hasn't it? Yeah.
It has been, yes. I mean, today was really great. I couldn't get away from my own piece because it's so nice to watch the people, how they react to my piece. And of course, like getting mostly nice words or like nice feedback. So yeah.
Fantastic. So you're saying Mario Klingelman doesn't need an introduction because he is an absolute legend. So I'm not going to introduce, sorry. Mario Klingelman is, though, here represented by Onkaus, who has been working with you as an entity for a really long time, actually. How many years have you worked together?
We got together in 2018. So yeah, I feel very lucky that I received a DM at some point, which was very mysterious, and with an invitation to Madrid, and so I decided to come, and then met Anna and David, who are wonderful people and collectors of great art, and they kind of asked me what it is, like if I could do anything, what would it be? So, and that allowed me then to create kind of like some of the better known works I did, like Memories of Passers-by, Appropriate Response, Ica. So, and yeah, I feel
so
very
it includes the piece that's behind us and is shown here at 010. Yes. Can you speak about the piece?
I can. So it's Appropriate Response, and it's from 2020, where I trained a very early kind of LLM, GPT-2, let's say that the grandfather of what everybody uses now as ChatGPT. And I trained it on epigrams, aphorisms, kind of things that like humans have kind of recorded, like ways how humans have tried to answer the important questions in life, like what's the meaning of life? How can I be happy, right? Like we all know them. It's often just a few words. And so my idea was, if I train a model on all these things, like is the machine able to also extract some kind of essence around it, and then is able to produce new truth or new quotations that might make sense as well. So the way it works is you kneel down, which forces you into an unusual kind of position and also forces you to get into a bit of a contemplative mood. And then you wait, which is also quite difficult for people. You do not get instant gratification. You have to give it a bit of time, and then you will get a unique sentence that hopefully you will make sense of.
I feel like it's slightly perverse, this piece, in a really good way. Like, you know, how you make your audience surrender to you and, like, you know, get down on the knees for your artwork. I really like that about it. I think it's very powerful. Should we try it, Jeremy? Should we do a sentence?
Yes.
Okay, I'll hold it.
Wait.
You go. Oh, Elena, can we talk?
I'm in the middle of something weird. How are you?
You're not in the middle of something weird. You're in the middle of an artwork.
Let's see. The greatest writer a man may write is he seldom a man of letters, but never a man of ideas.
So profound.
Well,
I want to, yeah.
Are you sure?
It feels profound. It feels profound. It feels. No, I know. Can I do one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. All right. Do I just go down? All right. And it knows, right? As soon as I sit down, it will.
Yes, that is the moment when I told you about patience.
Okay.
So, and in a way, it seems like I timed it just in the way that people get nervous.
Yeah.
They start
Is it broken?
Exactly what I said. Like,
Yeah.
wait, is this working?
Yeah, I love it. That's great. What was your decision of making it a flip-flap rather than anything digital? You just wanted people to watch the action of things changing?
Yeah, and everybody can have a normal display.
Where friendship is never more obvious than when two people are of the same common sense and one of them is very rich. Maybe not as profound as the last one.
It's great. Actually, it's funny.
It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. Yeah, it does. Amazing booth. Congratulations, everyone.
And also the digital release is on bears. So you should you should see it. Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Is everything in place?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, let's move on then. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Congrats. All right. So, I was going to shout. Hi. Oh, Valerie. Okay. She's also chatting. It's actually really hard because people are so busy talking to different people. We're at Bitforms. Valerie is just speaking to someone about the Manfred Moore pieces. So they've got Manfred Moore, they've got Maya Mann. Is Maya here? No. And they've got Casey Reyes. I haven't actually seen Casey at all. Oh, you're from Bitforms?
Representing Bitforms, but
Val is busy. Huh. What's your name?
My name is Alexandra Lechin.
It's nice to meet you.
I'm representing Bitforms for the weekend. And we actually have one of the artists behind us.
Oh, nice. Lovely to meet you.
Erica White. It's nice to meet you. So we have four artists exhibiting with us this week. We have an arc of people that are experimenting with digital generative artworks. We have our master at the far end, Manfred Moore. We have our emerging artist, Maya Mann, and we have our mid-career artist, Casey Reyes, who collaborated with Erica White on a couple of the works. All of the artworks kind of have this connection because Manfred Moore was a huge inspiration for Casey, and Casey is a mentor to Maya. So there's that cycle of influence.
Trickling down.
Correct.
Influence. Okay.
Yeah, and Manfred Moore is actually a huge influence on a lot of the other artists that you see in 010 here today.
Absolutely. We also saw him talk the other day at the LACMA conference. Yeah, it was brilliant. Well, congratulations. Everything looks wonderful.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by.
Let's do it. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
I know this guy. He does. I love the shock we give people. Oh, and I know that girl. We are here with Artex Code, my favorite. Well, I think there's so many favorites, but really great duo. I did say favorite, but then there's other favorites as well, but you're definitely top. Guys, what's going on? What are you doing? So this booth is Artex Code and Fellowship. And no, come back straight away. No, everyone wants the duo. I never get two of you together. So tell me what's happening. Who are you showing?
We are showing.
Okay. Okay.
What gallery?
Oh, we've got the artist here too. I can't go in front of the artwork. And the buyer. Ooh, now we've got the artist. Okay, we're going to let you. How do you feel about everything being at 010 and the work? And congratulations, by the way. It's incredible.
Thank you. I feel excited. I feel like I'm running on adrenaline from seeing people happy about my work. And it's just so playful, as you see. Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's changing my life every minute.
How long did you work on the whole series before?
This work has been in the works for around 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it started in Copenhagen at the National Gallery. We started with the Nordic artists from the 19th century, and now I continue the research of Emily Boberlish, which was the curator at the time, and Maiken Overgaard. I started researching on Latin American artists, their textures, their colors, how they're warmer, how they're different, even though it was the same time, the 19th century. And I remember their names through the colors and textures. Like, for example, this is Josefina San Roman, which uses a lot of reds and yellows and oranges. And every artist I get to remember through this abstraction, even if I don't see the actual painting behind it.
It's really beautiful. Congrats. Yeah, it looks amazing here as well. Tony, what do you think? How's it been? How's it been as a gallerist being at 010? Like, what's been the general perception of people who don't know
yeah, majority of painting, sculptures everywhere, and then you've got this interactive piece. Like, how's it been?
The work has really opened people up. Like, people walk by it and their first reaction is, what is this? Oh my God. And they go to the screen, they play with it. Lots of, obviously, children love the work. So they'll come over and their parents then come up. But I think the group that's connected with the work the most have been demographic of 60 to like 75.
Really? That's interesting. I would have thought it's interesting. It's either the really young or the really maybe more mature.
I mean, there's people in between for sure, but I've had a lot of conversations with people in their 60s to 70s that think that this is just the greatest thing that they've seen in art in a long time. And you can imagine, like, they all list out, I think, very similar places in which this art can live and thrive: hospitals, museums, children in schools and activations like that, and lobbies, and bringing art into the everyday. And the fun thing about this work is that on its surface level, it is so playful, right? Everyone loves to interact, mix the pixels around. As soon as they realize it's interactive, they're hooked. But when they're doing it, we talk them through the fact that right now, this is one of 5 scenes, 5 acts in the work that are trained on paintings from Latin American and 19th century artists, female artists that were forgotten through the years, that never had a chance to be collected by institutions, to have patrons because of their position as women. And when they dive deeper into the work, I think it opens up like a whole other layer for them of like, oh, wow, this isn't just like a fun activation that a brand's putting on. Like, this is a piece of art. And that's been really cool.
Yeah, and it's connecting to people who were forgotten. And in a way, by touching it, you're sort of reconnecting with a part of history.
You're talking with them today, that's the whole concept behind No Me Olvides. And super grateful to be able to present it here at 010 and for the whole entire village that made it happen.
God, is this a special screen? Like, yeah, did you have it manufactured?
Well, this is a wild LED screen that is many different panels that has been, it's modular, that's been assembled for this, that, we've rented for this. But obviously, if a collector were to want to purchase it, we would help them source this. But the work has been acquired.
Congratulations. Amazing. All your work is continuously amazing. So congratulations on everything.
And, I would be remiss if I didn't say that we do have on the other side, I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, no, show us. We did see, but I want to hear about it.
So the work's comprised of 2 interactive pieces. In reality, 3 that are interactive.
Can I touch?
No. So these pieces, please do not.
That was a trick. But do you have people touching this?
They try after they mess around with the first one. They're like, huh? But that's the thing. These are, not everyone's going to have the space in their home for a massive LED or for a LiDAR sensor to do an interactive work, right? So these are someone just tried. These are a series of 100 works that loop. They loop endlessly. They range from 45 seconds to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. They're from the same algorithm. On this side, we have works that are from the Nordic data set. On the other side, we have works that are from the Latin data set. And there's 50 of each in each series. So it's, much different offering. And this has been work that, from people walking up. Like, I just sold one of these to a couple from North Carolina in their mid-60s. They just built a man cave for the husband, and they have a Samsung frame, and this is perfect. No mention.
That is amazing. No mention of NFT. Fantastic. That's what a lot of gallerists have said today. Yeah.
But when they asked in the end, they paid for it, and then in the end, they were like, how do I bring this home? And then we got to the conversation of, we can give you a USB or NFT. Yeah. They didn't bug out. They were really receptive to it, and that was cool.
Got you.
What?
They said, got you. Now you own an NFT.
It wasn't like a gotcha moment. They were just like, oh, cool. Yeah, our son knows about that. So we can put you in touch. It was cool.
Yeah. Well, congratulations. Amazing.
Thanks for taking the time to dive in.
Exciting. I think we should chat to India really quick, and then we should definitely talk to Mimi as well, because she's the only one we didn't talk to. Mike. Who's Mike? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mike. You're very famous.
We want to say hello to you, India. Well, we've got the buyer of some of the main pieces here in 010. So, can you talk a little bit about like your thinking of why you went? India is an art advisor, I believe, but also
with Amanda Schmidt. I work with Amanda Schmidt, ASA Curates, and we work with a few clients. They acquire across both the traditional art world and the digital art world. We were super excited by 010 because we're big fans of a lot of these artists already, and having them front and center at Art Basel Miami for the first time feels like it was long overdue. So we did acquire a few pieces.
How many pieces did you acquire?
So far, and I can cut this out because I'm gonna have to check everything with Amanda.
Yeah.
Actually, no, maybe because we're just going to put actually.
Don't say it.
Yeah, don't say it.
Okay, I'm not going to say yet then.
Okay, then don't say.
Yeah.
Okay, you've acquired a lot.
Yes.
What was your thinking for the pieces that you went for? Why did you go for those particular pieces? Why did they stand out to you?
Yeah, let's just do Itzel because that's been announced so far.
Oh, okay.
Unless has Tyler Hobbs piece been
minted? No.
Okay. Yeah, just this one has been announced, so we'll focus on that.
Cool. So this is a canvas work.
Yes, so this is a piece for the canvas collection.
Congratulations.
Why did you go for this particular piece?
It was brought to us. Canvas's collection is very well known publicly. There's a website full of all of the physical artworks that they've collected and also the digital artworks. Canvas first started acquiring Latin American physical artworks a few years ago, and they've been following Itzel's work for quite some time. And when we heard about the Nordic piece that they did, Itzel did a couple of years ago, I think it was last year was the exhibition, and how it was based on female artists that have been lost in art history, and she was bringing a spin on that with Latin work. It really resonated with the traditional.
And you guys have Canvas has a massive Carmen Herrera collection. No, do I remember this correct?
Yes, there is a Carmen Herrera work, which is their PFP at the moment, and huge fan of Latin female artists, and I think the conceptual link as well with a lot of digital artists and Latin American conceptual art is a really strong point in their collection. So this felt like a perfect marriage of two things I'm really excited about, which is their heritage in Latin American art and digital medium. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, congrats and thank you so much for supporting the space.
No.
Yeah. Pace.
Yes.
All right. Do you want to go in? Lu Yang is by UBS. I'm not. Sorry, we only support people from our space. Ooh, it's this. So we are in front of a James Turrell piece. It is a piece that was completed in 2021. Shall we go in? Can we go in with the Renault? Well, you tell us, what is it about?
I don't really know. Sorry about that.
All right, but it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
That's all we need to know. That's pretty, no?
That another one over there.
Okay.
Yeah. You see? Yeah.
Going in? No, he says no. He's not allowed. All right, thank you. Come on. Alejandro, I saw him just here, but I don't know if we want to speak more about it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Let's go find them. What do you think? What do you think about 010?
I think 010 is an amazing activation that's going on here. I think what People's got is going crazy. I love the ringers, obviously. You got Jack Butcher literally right in front of us.
So are you an NFT collector?
Yes, I am an avid NFT collector.
What's your handle?
My handle is @TopShot.
Top Shot.
On Twitter, yes.
Okay, do we know you? Do we know him? No?
Sorry?
At Top Shot.
Yes, like TOPSHOT for sure. God bless you.
At Solos over there, Tyler Hobbs.
Oh, you're with Tyler Hobbs. Oh,
Are you
sick,
excited
sick.
to see all of this happening as an NFT collector?
1,000%. You know, like I feel like the years before the NFT artists were on the Wynwood side now, so to see them in the actual convention it's amazing, honestly. And then they have like their own section where all the traditional collectors and physical collectors can come and check them out, and it looks like people are just stargazing over at those dogs.
Yeah.
It's almost. It's like the banana. I feel like the banana, like 3-4 years ago that happened. Those dogs are like 10 times more amplified of that. And then you got X Copy, which is kind of like a really interesting dynamic. I really love his works too. I used to have it.
Were you what brought you over here? Like, was there a particular gallery, particular artist? Like, what? Oh, are you from Miami?
No, so I'm actually from Philadelphia, but I've been to Art Basel. This is my 9th year coming. And I've never actually been to the Art Basel convention. I've always gone to like the satellite events or collected like sneakers or whatever else was going on. But this is my first time actually coming to, and especially being the VIP event. This was so amazing. I met so many beautiful people. I got my assistant Andy right here.
Hey Andy, what do you think?
I'm just happy to be
"Leave me
here. Yo, shout out People. People has the best exhibition.
Yeah, they're
he
just doing
killed
amazing.
it.
Even Joe with this his AI works.
So who invited you then?
Who invited? Ooh. Sorry, might have to go on that one, guys.
Okay. Okay. Great to meet you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Top Shops. All right, everybody, give him a follow. Kevin Ashrig. People. Sorry? The showroom is closed. The showroom is closed. Holly hard at work. I still don't see. Maybe it's possible that Mike has taken off. That's a shame. We've missed him. Let's ask Mike's. He's lovely. This person who works with me. Hi. How is it going?
It's going very well.
Do you want to chat a little bit? I don't know. Did we miss Mike?
You did miss Mike. He's at some award show now.
Okay. All right. How has it been?
The show's been great so far.
Yeah.
The response has been amazing.
It has been amazing. We have loads of footage. It's viral. It's everywhere. Yeah. Well, congrats on everything. I know your team has been incredibly hardworking.
It's
Congrats.
been a fun week.
Yeah. Amazing. All right. Thanks so much.
You grab Mimi?
Yeah.
Thank you.
She seems really busy.
It's shame to Matt, so we can round it off.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
No, but that's the exit, right? Yeah, whichever exit. Yeah, as long as all you want to do is head for next.
They're doing an interview. Well, maybe we're going to have to round it off here. Mimi's just chatting to Matt for Now Media. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to Verse Talks. Not sure how this worked out, but it was definitely fun doing it. So, yeah, thanks again, and see you next week.